I'm here today disking up some corn stalks with my Allis Chalmers WD 45. This is the first chance I've had to use this tractor for a couple of years. It sat in the barn last year and didn't run. Had ignition problems, carburetor problems. Got that kind of fixed up this spring. It seems to be running pretty well right now. So we're going to get it out here and let it work a little bit. What I'm doing today is disking up corn stalks to get ready for a plow day that I'll have here in a couple of weeks. If these things knock down, because the old plows just can't turn over the stalks without clogging up. So I'm going to show you a few things about this tractor that I think are different. I always admired this tractor. I had a neighbor across the road from me when I was growing up named Earl Bowen, who had two of these things, farmed about 300, 400 acres with them. And they were very powerful tractors. I don't know if he had them souped up or what, but they were able to do a lot of farming with these things. They pulled 3 bottom plows and plowed really fast. And I remember that they could pretty much plow circles around the neighbor who had an International 450 with a 3 bottom plow. They would race up and down their parallel fields to see who could win. And usually the WD 45 came out on top, and he would plow to a good depth too. So this particular tractor, it had a loader on it when I bought it. I sold that off. I didn't really want that, and so that helped reduce the cost of the tractor. Anyway, it's got some nice features to it. It has a hand clutch, which I'll show you when I get on the tractor. That's helpful. It also has a foot clutch. The hand clutch was designed to use so that you'd have live power takeoff when you were using their roto baler. Allis Chalmers made a roto baler way back in the 50s. Made small little bales. I always thought they looked like cream of wheat coming out of the thing. Had to stop about every 100 feet to allow the bale to drop out of the baler, but it was a good little system. They sold a lot of them. You still see them around. The tractor has spin-out hubs, which is nice, and it's pulling today a little John Deere KBA disc. I think I've showed you this before, but really found this disc covered up by a rose bush and pulled it out. Didn't pay much money for it, and it was really in good condition. Didn't have many missing parts. If any, all the disc blades were good. So I've used it for several years here now, and one of these days I think I'll try to paint it. You never know. It has to set out sometimes, so the way I paint things, it probably wouldn't hold up that well. Anyway, it'll do a good job with this, just simply chopping up these stalks, and this tractor will handle it quite easily. They made a lot of these in different sizes. I have a 10-footer. I bought a couple more for really cheap money, like 20 bucks, and then took the good parts off of them. So I'm kind of like a parts catalog for these things. Anyway, I'm going to show you a little bit more about the tractor now. I'm going to get on there, go down the road a little bit. I want you to see a couple of things that it has. One is this feature called Traction Booster, and I'll show you the gauge where that's at on the tractor first. Well, I'll show it to you if I can get my thumb out of the way. So I'll get on here now. The snap coupler system, you take the drawbar actually snaps in. You unsnap that from your seat and take off a bolt or two, it'll come right off. And then that's how you hook up your plow. So your bottom point is on the bottom here, and these 2 arms are your hydraulic arms. There's 2 arms on the plow that come up, they lock into that, and off you go. They said you can hook up fairly quick with this, but I found that, at least for my skill set, it takes a little bit longer to do it. But I'm going to try to plow with this spring and see if I can get it to do a good job. Well, I'll get on the tractor now. Well, the traction boost this lever is right over here, and that runs your hydraulics. And what it does is it tries to shift the weight from the implement that you're pulling. It's hooked up to the hydraulic arms over to the tractor to give you more traction so that you can pull and not slip. And you watch that gauge down there. That tells you when you're getting the maximum boost. So anyway, That's a pretty good system. It looks better on their promotional materials than it actually works, in my opinion, but yet makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to try to get it to work the way it should. Here's the hand clutch that I mentioned. It's in a convenient spot. The temperature gauge is way up front near the radiator, and the oil pressure gauge is way down below. You have to sort of reach down and peek at that to see it. So anyway, we'll go down the row now. We'll see how the thing's operating. Sure appreciate you watching my videos, and God bless you.